Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Everybody here. Yeah. There we go. So, my usual... Oh. Hello, Lavos. Thank you for the tier 3 sub.
Happy anniversary to your dearest Doug Tiggy. Here, have a jar of pure love, Tilda.
Thank you very much. Hi, Nat. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Okay. Thank you very much, Lavos, for the resub. I really appreciate it. So, my usual D&D for Saturday is canceled today. So it's like, oh, hang on. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to kick that back and refund that because I know what broke. 1 second. I missed a step. Either stream. Yes. Doing a little bonus stream because like my usual plans for today fell apart. So it's like, well, what do I feel like doing? And the answer was I felt like going and doing some Satisfactory. Give me 1 second, Lavos. I want to confirm that it's fixed. Okay, I refunded that back to you. Can you hit it again? It might be on timer. But the timer is only an hour, so you'll have a chance to do it again. Yeah. Okay. No, timer. Okay, you'll be able to do it again in like 58 minutes. But it should work this time. Let me double check real quick. Let's try the fish. Yeah. Fish. Yes. Yes, it's working now. Okay, sorry about that. There's so many things I have to open up and get configured and get ready when I start, and it's very easy for me to forget one thing sometimes. Good of you to keep on me, though. Thank you. So, we're here at the space elevator because it's phase 5. I feel like I just did stuff too fast. Yes, you did stuff just a little too fast and got ahead of me. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Here we are. Phase 5 is complete. So, if you don't want to be spoiled on the ending, well, take 5 minutes. Because here we go. This is the end of the game. Don't worry, we still have lots of stuff to build. But we're finishing the main, like, story thing. I have strawberry on my head.
Here's another presentation, but don't worry, I have improved it. This last delivery will be the most important action you have ever taken. Perhaps you want to take a moment to contemplate the gravity of your achievements. Alright, that's enough. This is the end of the Save the Day program. All you need to do is wait for the automated Phase 5 construction to complete. Simply throw the lever and further instructions will be supplied when relevant.
Okay. That's incredibly vague.
Phase 5 completed. Return to the space elevator after the resources have been processed and added to Project Assembly. Launch can then be initiated from there. While waiting, please do not break anything. Solve any issues immediately and efficiently. Ensure your power network is stable. Perhaps it is best if you do not touch anything at all.
It still looks like a battle
And stay
cruiser
close
from
to the space
StarCraft 2.
elevator. This will only take a moment.
I think it's done. Let's go back down. I was expecting something a bit more. Let's go see. Oh! Well, that's different. Check oil. Set fuel injection to 5. Activate bus 1. Bus B1. Set lift stabilizer to 9. Okay. Right stabilizer to 4. Gyroscopic balancer X on. Don't ask, I don't know. Launch.
Initiating Project Assembly. Assembly. Attaching cargo to main body.
It shot me into orbit for some reason. Well, I will just slowly drift back down while I watch. Oh, the whole assembly is moving.
Leveling inner and outer rings.
Whew. Okay.
Attaching propulsion to main body.
Why didn't you do that before?
Fuel lines connected. Attaching control center to main body.
We didn't actually send any fuel up. That's actually kind of confusing. Yeah, it definitely looks like a battlecruiser from StarCraft 2.
Running systems.
It doesn't have a Yamato cannon, that's the
All
question.
systems online. Releasing propulsion cage.
That is the question.
Releasing clamps. Running pre-launch checks and calculating flight path. Locking in cargo. Launch in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
yeah, definitely it's a StarCraft 2 battle cruiser. Battle cruiser ready. We are launching something. It is the little ballistic things. Ooh, wormhole. Whee! Battle cruiser. Warp 1, engage.
Connection with QAR-437 nucleus established and stable. Dispersion initiated. Reinstancing master nucleus to QAR-436 Akicha B1. Hello, this is Ada, your new local instance of Ada. On behalf of Ada, myself, and all of Fixit, I want to congratulate you on saving the day. Every single kitten and puppy would thank you if they could. You have proven yourself to be a worthwhile and productive member of the human race, and have contributed something to this universe that will forever change it. Thanks to your achievements, the next generation of pioneers can now take to the stars and construct, automate, explore and exploit, alongside me. Additionally, you have been promoted to local production manager, effective immediately.
Does that mean I get a pay increase?
Assembly may be complete, but your duties to fix it remain. With your help, Fixit continues to make the universe a better place. Stay efficient. Stay with Fixit.
Only if I actually get a pay increase. Ah! Credits! But we're not done. We got stuff to do. We still got stuff. I still got stuff to check off on the right-hand side. I still got project stuff to do. I got my own projects. But we are gonna watch. We're gonna let the credits roll because, you know, actual people worked on this for several years. So it's like we're gonna let their names scroll by. That said, I got to start on a project. We're gonna finish that project. For those who are... You literally just did a StarCraft 2, including a battlecruiser hyperjump. Exactly! Exactly! So... Built a couple of these things. These are fun. But I have something else to show you, too. Admittedly, there's still a lot of empty floor here. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it, but... I built a floor for quantum tech. And this is what I built. This was the AI expansion server. It's not hooked up now because it's done. I don't really know if I want to keep it around or not, but it's not like I'm expecting another phase, but I don't know, I'm not going to go ripping apart my factory now. Superposition oscillators, neural quantum processors. This one makes singularity cells. This one made the ballistic whatsits. Dead babies. That's a lot of... Oh, they included the fur babies! Yay! That's a lot of fur babies. Oh. The ballistic warp drive, yeah. This one actually is making synthetic power shards. Here. And these ones are making alien power matrices, which are the fuel that this thing takes. It has no fuel currently. Why does this have no fuel currently? Because it's out of power shards. How can it be out of... I have a machine making those. It's producing 5 a minute. These things only... These things take more than that. Okay. I'm going to have to tweak with that. Ooh. I'm going to need to make more power shards, apparently. Apparently, this one is not cutting it. Okay. 7.5, 7.5, so about 15 a minute. I'm going to need to increase the power shard production, clearly. I may get rid of this thing and just replace it. In fact, let's just do that. It's like, I'm not expecting there to be another phase, so... Piss off, wanker. Let's see, how many of these make at a time? 5. I need at least 15 a minute. Production, quantum encoder. Hi! Why are you hovering in the sky? Seriously. Serious question. Why? Is it in the way of something? Ah, the connection points. Okay. Let's make a little bit more room for it then. I thought I had enough production for power shards. Apparently I don't. So we'll just build some more. I built this to be relatively scalable anyway, so... should be fairly simple to scale this up. But now we should not have any more milestones or phases, so I can focus on other things. Can we fit in one more here? Nah. Let's just get this up and running for now. apparently I used up all of my power shards. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I discovered something about how these things work. It's like the dark matter crystallization alternate. This is literally only good for sinking dark residue. That's really the only thing it's good for. You actually want to make dark crystals, it's just massively inefficient for that. Something like dark matter trap is much more useful. There's only 6 connections we need to make here. It's fine. See, that's maybe what I'll spend the rest of this floor doing. Building more synthetic power shard capacity. Because apparently I overlooked the capacity on that. Also, like, literally the next thing I'm going to do is build a power plant. And what are these synthetic power shards are literally doing nothing but maintaining the base power, so in the end, I'm going to make it redundant by building the nuclear power plant. But I see an inefficiency. It's just like, must fix. I have kind of made this a bit of a mess, haven't I? Two, three. Fortunately, that one belt's in the way, so I have to sort of work around it. It would also help if it wasn't dark out right now. I suppose I could always build the next floor, which would have the added benefit of having lights on it. I should have a pipe for excited. Yeah, there it is. Pipes. Give me my pipes, please. Marking that white because it's the excited. This thing is kinda in the way, though. I'm gonna move this. These were the insertion belts, so I'm gonna put them over here. There we go. Well, I'll say this much. We've got plenty of neural quantum processors. Nice thing about modular load balancers is they're very easily expandable. If I need to suddenly scale something up, it's not that hard to do. And it's really one of the main advantages of the mod, really. Yeah, that one actually connects around and it's coming out of here. So it's like, there he goes! The top one comes from the dedicated production belt, and the other one is essentially just the flushing line. And there's an awesome sink. If it gets too full on this belt, it'll go into the awesome sink over there. That way these things will keep flushing. Alright, we just need some quartz. Quartz. Come on. Oh, and I need to connect those excited lines too. I love those little micro lifts. Yeah, this one doesn't have its excited. This is also going to increase my overall power usage as well as production, so eh. It's always just one thing. It's like you can sit there and spend all of this effort making sure you've got your math right and like make sure that everything is hooked up and everything's like producing effectively, and then forget one thing. And off it goes. We actually don't need this anymore. That will continue to flush. And that should be enough synthetic power shards to keep this thing running. Hashtag should be enough. Yeah. These guys are up and running. I may come back later and add additional capacity on this line so that we're making more synthetic power shards. But that's not really needed right now. I actually do intend to put some more floors on this factory. I intend to make a floor to do, like, redo the iron and copper lines, but now set up for tier 3 miners and fully utilize those things. Hey, Beauty! Nice to see you too. We finished phase 5. We've technically finished the game, but there's still a lot that I want to do, just looking at that checklist on the right-hand side. There's also some mod content that I eventually want to do. Like, I intend to put a roof on this factory that is nothing but solar panels. The solar roof. It's on the checklist on the right-hand side. Not that pin. Yes, the mag field generators. Put those in there. I could just throw them in the awesome sink, I guess. It just feels like a waste. Anyway. It is good to see you, Bargatti. I am glad you are here. We are satisfactoring. Here, I'll take that one leftover AI expansion server. Goodbye! There. Cat and Bose will be happy. I finally awesome synced something. It's like right now the factory's got, you know, technically 4 floors. So you've got a bunch of drones over on the train floor. And this is the quantum floor. I'm going to put another floor on here that's going to be nothing but additional, like, factory space for copper and iron refinement. A lot of drones just sitting. Probably because they're full and can't unload. Yes, that is exactly what's happening. And probably all full of reanimated Sam. Yeah. All the reanimated Sams are backed up. Not too surprising. Because this is the main thing that's using all that reanimated Sam right here. And as you can see, that line has finally backed up. Now, it's not stopped, it is moving, it's just not moving as fast as it was earlier. But that's okay. We're actually about to set up nuclear power, which is going to use some of it. Stares at you, fascinated. Well, thank you, dear. And it's like, I've got plenty more room to work. I may add some more synthetic power shard production. Because apparently that's an issue. Again, it's better to leave more space to have additional, like, area to take care of things that might come up later. But for now... I posted over on the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, by the way, I post updates there. The information is down in the About. So I've got 2 portals set up here. This one goes out to the Red Dune Sea, out to the aluminum factory we set up. It's a long ways out there. Like, it's way out here. So it's like, I put a portal out there. So that's a long distance. The other one goes all the way down here, and that's where we're going now. Give it a second to load, and there we go. So, if you remember, this was our pasta factory from Wednesday. It's still here, it's still running. But I've been working on this! This is new. I posted the schematic for what I'm building over on the Discord. Essentially, it's an 8-reactor nuclear setup. 2 reactors are uranium. The stuff in green is the production line for it, and, you know, the 2 reactors. The stuff in cyan is the plutonium. So there are 4 reactors of that. And all of this is creating the plutonium fuel rods that feed it. And then the waste on that comes back and then goes into the yellow, which recycles that into Fixonium fuel rods, which have no waste product. Eagle-eyed Satisfactory players will immediately go, none of your reactors have water. Correct. That's one thing we're missing. We need to get the water. We also need to get nitrogen hooked up. You notice nuclear power plant, I got a little checklist over on the upper right-hand side of stuff that I still need to do, because none of this is running yet. I just got started, I didn't finish. So we're gonna finish it! I started putting some pipes in, but, like, clearly this isn't done. Because there's no water in these pipes yet. We need 8 lines of water. 8. Each one, I believe... I mean, we can go look at the nuclear power plant. I don't know if it'll tell us because it's not currently on. But I want to say it's about 240 water a minute on each of these lines. And we need 8 of them. I've done the math. I'm pretty sure this should balance fairly effectively. Yeah, consumption, 240 a minute. So, we need 8 lines at 240 a minute. And then we need to do nitrogen, which is going to be its whole other thing. Let's go up here. Here. I don't know why, I just feel like that was needed. So there's a water well right here. Let's turn it on. There we go. Dihydrogen oxide from underground wells. Let's clear some of the vegetation out of the way. Alright. So remember, 240 each line. Luckily, these come in 120. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have a leftover. That's okay, we'll find a use for it. Water is still a valuable resource. Particularly out in grassy fields where we're at. So we have 7 connections that are 120 each, so that's 840. 840 divided by 240 is 3.5. There. 240 water line. And the best part is, this is up on a hill above the factory, so I don't have to put any pumps on it. It's literally just going to flow down the hill. No pumps needed. That's a 240 water line. First one. We need 8. So, got our work cut out for us. Number 2. Went a little overboard there. There we go. Okay, we now have 3 lines of 240 water a minute. We do have 1 spare back here, so you know, put a pin in that. We'll find something to do with that later. But for right now, we need to get this down to those pipes that I ran earlier. Grab a little bit of power off the main line here. That's literally just to run my hover pack. It's on this side of the pillar, so... Two, 3. That's literally the first 3 reactors right there. Nice idea, not gonna work. Sorry, sweetie. You're right in the way. Nice thing about building foundations out of blueprints is it's really easy to remove them later if I need to. Alright, so we need to take the water lines from up there down to here. I don't even know why I'm agonizing over this. The answer's very obvious. If I do this right, I should even have room for 4 lines for that spare line, which not sure what I'm going to do with. I'll find a use for it. That looks neat as hell. I love it. Now we're going to do that same thing again. Except I want to line it up with this. Well, the way to do that Blueprint mode. Oh, good grief, mouse, please. There we go. Grab that blueprint. Line it up. From there. Oh, please, mouse, why? That's so disorienting. There. Actually, what if walls... I did a version of this on the update 8 save, and I didn't like it. I was just like, no, this is terrible. I'm trying to not do that again, you know? My brain is working. Why would you do that? Why would you detach from the wall? Okay. Hold position. Ugh. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I'm just gonna do it the manual way. And if I've done this correctly, I should be able to... I mean, maybe not that one, because that's the one that isn't currently loaded. Ah, very good. 1, 2, 3. Move this. Yeah, that should work. You hear the water rushing. Wow, that's a great detail. I like your brain. Well, thank you, dear. Which detail were you referring to? water. It takes some time to flow, apparently. Here it comes. Oh! That's actually a very common thing in Satisfactory. The fluids in this game have weight. The fluid simulation has weight based on gravity. So it reacts very similar, at least, to how fluids would in a real-world scenario. I say similar because, well, there was this whole thing earlier when we were doing aluminum about the variable input junction and how it makes no goddamn sense from a standpoint, but it still works. Like, scientifically, it made no sense. It's like, there's something wrong with the fluid simulation that works, but for the most part, like, fluids in this game, you know, work about how you'd expect with, you know, fluids in real life. All you need to do is have the fluids at a higher elevation, and you don't need any pump height. You don't need to pump them up if they're all just coming downhill. And that is a nice thing that the game does well. 1, 2. This is not going to reach. I'm going to need to actually not be lazy and run this one normally. Yuck. Okay, we have 3 of the 8 connected to water. Three down, 5 to go. Now, luckily, part of the reason why I chose this location is there are actually multiple water wells here. However, this one that we're going to go do next is below the factory, so we will have to pump it up. There will be pumps. This water well here. I believe we can get another 3 reactors off of this. And if we're still short on water, I have a third option. Actually, I have several more options. Like, there's water here, there's water here. There's water down there, but that's way down in a hole. I don't want to use that. But anyway, it's just a matter of, like, how far do I need to run the pipes, and how much of a pain is it going to be? See, for me, finishing the story isn't really the focus. It's like, sure, it's nice that the story exists, that it's there, but for me, it's not the focus. I play this game because I find it to be a relaxing, chill experience, and there's this just great satisfaction at making things work. Hooking it up, seeing it work. Alright, so we've got a big old train station above us. We need to get by that. Now, I left this lane here specifically for running belts. And I just sort of figure we're going to run the pipes directly that way. So I find it satisfactory. Yes. The game is actually very well named. Here's the train that is bringing in supplies. So, I figure we just bring the water from there over to here, and let's put some punch-down holes for the pipes. Yeah, that's that. How many is that? We have a spare again. If we take the 2 spares and put them together, we could get a whole other reactor from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that is exactly the case. Okay. We could take 2 half lines and put them together to make a whole 3rd line. Or a whole 7th line, I should say. Not bad, not bad. So that's where we need to go. Let's do another stack of pipes. I'm gonna zoop it up. Okay, one too many. That's fine. $120, $120, $240. No problem. Those are $240. Let's grab another one. We are gonna need to put some pumps on this. And once again, we have just one guy back here alone, because of course it's an odd prime number. Well, we take 2, put them together. That should take care of that. Two, 3, 4. Doesn't even fully reach. Okay. I will just keep building stacks until we are in range. Like that. 2, 3, 4. And to power the pumps, what do you know? There's a big old power tower right here. Almost like I planned this. Okay, I did plan this. Ooh. Thank you for the head pat, Bargatti. For... Alright. Now we just need to get it across the factory. How tall are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then add 3 pipe connections. Is that going to clip? Yes, that absolutely heckin' does. So I need to raise that up by 1 to prevent clipping. If we need to build additional pumps, we will. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And we can start bringing it down. 3 there. 3. And when we come around this corner, we actually only need 2. Well, no. No, you can send all 3 right in there. Then it's just we have 2 left over, which... 1, we could put together those 2 leftover water lines. But here's the thing, we also... we have other ways to accomplish that goal. The empty one is actually that one, so just keep that in mind. Six. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually gonna ignore that one for now. One thing I want to keep an eye on is, does the water stop flowing? And if that's the case, we're going to need more pumps. think this is the highest point. And I'm pretty sure those pumps are not going to handle this. But it does go over that belt, so we do have clearance. I don't like that. It's okay. Fix that. Come on. There we go. 2, 3. Nice and neat. Hey, there's water flowing. That's a good sign. That one's not. Yeah, it's a bad sign. So let's backtrack until we find water. There's a little there. So I think that's about the height where it starts having issues. I'm also going to check the gauges on the pumps, because that will tell us a lot. Head lift. 55. Head lift. 55. Head lift. 52. 0. Because there's nothing in it. Okay. Yeah. We are over our head lift limit. We need... Ooh. There you go, Lavos! Were you sitting there waiting anxiously to click on it? Love jar you. Ooh woo. Very well. This is acceptable. Your goal in life to put me in a jar. Well, thank you for the redeem. I was doing other stuff. That makes sense. Alright. Let's grab a power socket here. This will be for the pumps. Oi. There we go. Nine meters, 11 meters. I think that'll pretty much cover us. Got a very big grocery order to trim down to weekly budget costs, so I was working on that and kept remembering stuff I forgot to add, which complicates it. Understandable. Particularly when you're doing your own cooking at home. Very understandable. Alright. 1, 2, 3. So, what I'm gonna do... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Which means I just need a little something. I think that's a more than... Yeah, that's too long. Let's pull this out. Ah! Damn the sun. Why does the sun keep going away? It's actually not tall enough. Okay. I guess I should say the sun's plural in this case, because this is a binary star system. As most star systems in the galaxy are. Or at least as a majority. One, two, three. We have water. We have water. Okay. We're now going downhill. Will this reach? It reaches. Okay. We have got water in 6 reactors. We have 2 to go. Which are these bad bitches right here. Now, here's the thing. From last time, I had said, you know, the water fittings on these belt stacks was for later when we do the nuclear power plant. Well, guess what we're doing right now? That's exactly what we're doing. Let's see. There we go. Let's go up the hill. Spoodler. Hope you can keep up. All right. That's enough of that. Okay. So we have this nice little body of water here. We have 2 reactors we need to put water in, and I'm included 3 pipes. Now here's the thing. We could just slap down water collectors right here in this little pond. That's an option. But also, there's a water node here. There's another water well right here. So why don't we just use this? One. We need at least 4. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. We have 8 on this one. Okay. Let's check flow. 120. 120. 120. 20. 120. 20. 120. 120. So yeah, we can actually do 4 lines from here. What if you found a non-binary star system? I mean, that's literally just any star system that isn't 2 stars. Binary means 2. So technically our star system is non-binary. The Sol system is non-binary. Booyah, science, motherfuckers. Let's pull over. Thing is, I've only got 3 pipe fittings on the stack. Okay. So it's like, technically we have 2 left over. Sure, we'll find a use for them somewhere. I don't know, maybe we'll add some additional reactors. You never know. But I only need 2 right now. So there we go. 3 more water lines. We need to get them down the hill just slightly. How shall we do? This is going to be another case of coming down the hill will provide more than enough gravity so we don't need pumps. So that water well's at a pretty high elevation and all of this is downhill. So I don't have to pump shit. It's got all the head lift it needs. It's a good sign when the moment I've got the pipe installed, it's already starting to flow. Like that. That spider's gonna attack me, isn't it? Hi! You're gonna make my life difficult, aren't you? gonna put you in a terrarium. I'm gonna keep my weapon out just in case. Because as we saw yesterday, or Wednesday, because the ground's not flat, you'll just get out the bottom. Yep, see, he's already out. Are we gonna be friends? Nope. Now then, before I was so rudely interrupted... Almost there. We just need to get under the train tracks. Under the train tracks. Here comes the hard part. How am I going to do this? The problem is I can't do the hanging suspended stack like I did with the belts with pipes, because there's not a way to do that, and Land Ocean does there need to be. So let's do this the hard and complicated way. And what I'm thinking... let's like pop them up right about here-ish. Onto a new stack. Rather like this. from there to there. Okay. Last mile. I can do this. Yeah, I can't stack these hanging underneath like I can with belts. Something of an oversight, in my opinion. But I can do this. It's going to be hanging underneath, so I'm not going to see it, so I'm not too worried if it looks a little bit jank. It's just like, it's underneath. I don't see it. I don't have to look at it. Then, all I have to do is take this little stack and go right around the corner. I'm gonna need a little bit of a boost. Okay. Everything has water. I did a shitty job there. I'm redoing it. It bugs me. That's a bit too many. Should line up like that. Except now it's clipping through the other reactor. Don't like that. Can I get it to go around? Better. I'm at least happy with that. Okay. Now, everything has water. So we just need the N2 line. And we're going to need something to feed water into these things. Although, the way it's set up right now, the wastewater from these is 40 and 40. And then I have those belted into the inputs, 50 water and 30 water. That is an exact optimal loop. Those numbers match exactly. 80 in, 80 out. So as long as they're running, there should be enough water there. However, let's put a fluid buffer in there just in case. Don't need a big Bertha, just a little one's fine. Yeah, just in case. Because, you know, that's 40 in, or 80 in and 80 out. That should be perfectly optimal. However, we may have to do a little bit of a water injection. As we saw with the aluminum line, you sometimes have to, like, inject some water to get it started. Good thing we have lots of water in the area. The sulfuric acid should start immediately. But this guy still needs the nitrogen gas. Now, luckily, we do happen to be near a nitrogen gas well. It's even at a higher elevation, but that doesn't frickin' matter for the gas. Gases don't have weight. Because they are, by definition, going to take up the entire volume of the space in which they are given. Whether it's up, down, around a corner, doesn't matter. The way gases work. And we've got a node right over there, and as you can see, I've dropped a power tower there, specifically for this usage. So, let's make a little foundation bridge, shall we? Going right over there. You can see the nitrogen node over there. They ever fix the issue with the red trees? Yes, they did. Yay! They fixed stuff. All right. So let's put a catwalk on here. Catwalk for the cat. Ba-dum-tish. Run the power along here. And then eventually we only really need one 600 pipe because we're only doing nitric acid. Doesn't use that much nitrogen, we just need a little bit. Excuse me, Frank. Sorry to bug you. But we have a big old honkin' nitrogen node over here. It's a big chunker. You guys wearing your safety hats? You are? Good. Safety first. There's a nuclear hog wandering over there. I'm wondering if he's going to aggro me at some point. But I'm going to keep working until he does. Actually, that's cross-connecting two circuits. Let's not do that. In fact, I might take this electrical line out. Ooh, we have a squeak. We have a little fox squeaker. Hello there, Rainbow Snow. How's it going? Little fox go squeak. You gotta be kidding me. Yow! Asshole. Why can't you leave me alone? That's my bridgeway. You're not allowed. Fuck you. Okay. That work. Uppies, and I'll answer how I am. Okay, are you cute? Yes. Well, then I put you on my head and I carry you around so you can help me. One of these days I need to get like one of the little bits of art you have of your character over on the Discord, and I need to add it in as an attachment I can add to the model and just put it on her head. That would be heckin' adorable. And I believe that is a thing I can do with the system. Okay. Just start with that. You'd have to make it like a little PNG with a transparent background. But I think that's something we could probably do. I have something similar to a lurk emote without text that could maybe work. Yeah, as long as it's got a transparent background, that would... Is something shooting at me? Yep. Bitches! Sorry, I just saw a fucking fireball swing go past my head, and I was just like, what? Sorry. I can even set up a little macro that allows me to toggle your sprite on and off from her head. That is absolutely a thing we could do, though. I know how to set that up. And one more. Do I need all of this nitrogen? No! This is more than going to fill a 600 pipe. Like, How many are there here? 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Now what? Ow! You bitch! Jeez. All I wanted was some nitrogen. But yeah. Like 10 times 120, that's... We could literally do 2 full pipes of nitrogen. Do we need 2 full pipes of nitrogen? No. Can we? You better suck and believe it. Do I want to put in the effort is the question. So let's see. A 600 pipe is 5 nodes on each pipe. Let's see. How many are there back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is literally a 600 pipe right here. And then this one, I could just redo what I did before. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I miscount? No, the 5th one's right there. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm gonna redo this because it looks like a mess. Because it is a mess. There. Little bit of a mess, but it's literally 2 600 pipes of nitrogen. Did we need to do that? No. I can send you a quick screenshot of one I'm thinking of, so you can see. All right. Let me check Discord. Yeah, go ahead and send that to me when you want. It's just, we would need to get it, you know, a transparent background on it. That's the one thing we would need. Come on. Yeah, right about there-ish. How many segments is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so pipes can go 7 foundations. Nitrogen gas. 2, 6, 7. And that's the end of our little bridge. Now we just need to go over there. Do we need 2 full nitrogen pipes? No. We do it because we can. Come on. There we go. Right about there. Okay, sweetie, you are actually in my way. Sorry. Oh, you have to send me a friend request on Discord. I locked that thing down a long time ago when I started getting a lot of spam. So it's just, you need to be on my friends list to send me a message, but you can just send me a friend request and I'll accept it. It's fine. I know, you know, I know enough. It's like, I am familiar enough with you to know that, you know, you're not a spammer, which is the main thing. Okay. Do we need 2 nitrogen pipes? No, but we're gonna do this anyway. Nitrogen pipes. Woo! Come on. Come on. There we go. On the ground. Or at least the factory floor. Okay, so we need to get one of these nitrogen pipes over here to this input right there. Come on. There we go. You know, 120 a minute. Wait, I'm not a spammer? I didn't know. Wow. You're funny. Just go into the floor. Because I don't feel like dragging a pipe across all of this. So I just go fork. And I'm even going to mark it as a white pipe. Actually, let's do like, we have a great chrome. There we go. We'll do chrome. That'll be our nitrogen pipe color. I cannot send a friend request. Why can't you send a friend request? You should be able to. We have a server in common. Profile. Add friend. I can send you a friend request. So who can think what the last step is? The last thing we need to do to kick this nonsense off. Just said failed to send friend request when I tried to do so. Okay. Well, I sent you a friend. There you go. So I'm guessing the first one, is that an actual transparent background? Because if it is, we just need to trim it down to just one image with the transparent background, and then I could drop it in and see if it works. Yeah, the last element we're gonna need is literally the uranium. Which is in that cave over there, which is going to be a little bit of an adventure. As you can see, I got started. I got started. I just haven't finished. There we go. Nitrogen pipe. There we go. We should be blending up some nitric acid. And this should be full of sulfuric acid. Yep. I'm going to let that run for a little bit, because eventually I'm going to deconstruct this pipe. It's feed pipe. Because then I want it to run on this closed loop. Okay. So, that's the N2 line. You are the atomic symbol for uranium. Okay. Let's get out weapon. Restock on ammo. So yeah, kinda gotta start. Got some train tracks laid out. They're just sort of slapped down though. And there's a train station on the top to receive it. Even set up some lights. That one's floating. Why is that one floating? I don't know. Have the spiders respawned? That's the question. Ooh. This cave looks so much better now. They've really tweaked it up. that. Uranium. Last thing we need. Let's clean this out a little bit. Because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a train station right here. Just a little one, whose job is to do nothing but load uranium. Let's get out some 1 meter foundation. Need to switch out my jetpack, because I have no power in here currently. Get out customizer. He's using asphalt foundations here. Hope you don't mind the sound of the ticking dagger, because you're going to be hearing that a lot from pretty much this point on. Just a natural result of dealing with uranium. Ooh, even has a little halo. Okay, cool. Yes, that one does seem to have a transparent background. Give me a half a sec here. Ooh. 1 second. A hydrate and a stretch. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Okay. I should probably not do this during the middle of the stream. Let me... Actually, come to think of it, I've been live for about 2 hours. Let me take a 15-minute break, do a hydrate and a stretch, so that Aurora Witch Cheese gets the, Yeah, I'm just saying, I might want to work on that when I'm not on stream. But let me do a 15-minute break. Be right back. Reset the timer. There we go. That's what I was talking about. I should make it a redeem. And, Aurora, I do have a drink. I specifically had to get up and get one. Right. And a big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. Not gonna lie, you made my day today. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh. Oh, he's cute. He's cute. He's so cute. Alright. Gonna call this Central Cave UR. Uranium. Shit. Get my railroad building bar. Get a signal in there. So there's one at the other end of this block. Now let's see. Being sick for a month takes a toll on one's feelings. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I was very rudely interrupted. Yes, I am sorry to hear that. A lot of my friends currently are not feeling well. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I hear another one. Ah! You! Gotcha, punk. Okay. Now that we're done interrupting me. Okay, this is going to be a load platform. Now, there's no power here yet, so I haven't run any power yet. I'm not alone, though. It's something going around in Norway where people are sick for 6 weeks, so hopefully I have no more than 2 weeks left of it. I have taken tests and found it is rhinovirus. Ah! Train stations run with power, yes. However, this entire line is unpowered currently. I have not yet run any of the power yet. This whole train line is currently unpowered. If we come over here and we look at the train station, it's got It's consuming 145 watts, but it's producing 0, capacity 0. Yeah, there's no power on this line yet. I have to literally connect it to something. I've just been building it. Too many. There we go. Okay. In fact, I'm actually going to do something else here. Put another one in. Also going to be a load platform. Because refined power mod, there is something else next to the uranium node, which is not there in the base game, which is a thorium node. And I'm actually going to put a miner on it. Something that we are going to connect to will absolutely use that thorium node. So, while I'm thinking about it, let's grab this power line. Put down a pole. There we go. Connected. Alright, so now we need to get this to make a save where I'm basically in creative and just make it to have it look good. Please do! That's actually cool. I actually sort of feel like I'm not really good at the, like, visual side of things. Remember when I posted that meme on the Discord, and it's like, you have the engineer brain, and you have the architect brain. It's like, I'm more the engineer. My stuff doesn't always look great, but hell yeah, is it functional. I didn't wind up using that, did I? Nope, I didn't. All right. Oh, I'm very much more engineer than architect, but I also want things to look good, so... Like, to me, in even normal saves, you will see clipping power lines except in the beginning of the save. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm somewhat the same way. This is why a lot of my factories just tend to be just... It's a big slab. Ordinarily, I come back later and start doing aesthetic touches. And, to be fair, I still intend to do that. I may even do some of them on stream, I just haven't made up my mind yet. How do I want to run this train line? Because it's like, I want to go over there. I could pick up and move these copper lines if I need to. Or... there's a nice natural ramp here, actually. It's like, I'm in the Satisfactory factory building for the, you know, building the factories, so it's like... actually, redo you. Bring you around this way. I'm thinking of just going up the hill that way. Because there's this sort of natural sort of ramp formation here. Actually, let's bring that back a bit. This is a case of, like, I want to build with the terrain, not against it. Back these up a bit. Get like a little bit of a curve going. And what do you think so far? Yeah, these are trains, not belts. Which means we have spline curves going on. But it's like big, sweeping, gentle curves trains need. And then sort of go that away, I'm thinking, you know, sort of follow the ridge line. Because I've already got a big-ass junction. Fuck off. I like building trains, Factorio. I hear that. So yeah, I want to bring the train line sort of along here. I just need to get them up there, you know? This is the hard part. We could easily start a spur. Sort of goes down and makes a little loop-de-loop. I would actually argue that building trains is half the fun of this game. Doesn't quite line up. Maybe if I go sort of like this a bit more, and then make it a sort of a three-way turnout, and then start going down. And then I'm just sort of thinking it goes down to the ground down there. It sinks down. Yeah, something like that. I have to clear out the brush, but it would sort of go... So, all I'd have to do is build a simple foundation bridge across the gap. That could work. Then I just have to figure out how to reconnect it on the other end, you know? What do you think, chat? Sort of like that, and then I sort of just build a line across. This end just going like that. Big old bridge across the pit here. And then this can just sort of turn. And connect like that. So that's one line. Now the other one. I'm thinking it's something that sort of merges on here. So let's get a little line of foundations going right about there, and then the problem is the dive angle on this is going to be pretty steep. Trains don't like steep. Something like that. So there would also need to be a bit of a curve on it. But I think that's doable. Gonna have enough clearance. Offhand, I'm gonna say no. No, we don't. We could go down in a spiral. Yeah, I think that's actually the only good way to do this. So what if we use this space here as a spiral? Yeah, that could work. That could work. That could work. That could work. Maybe right about here-ish. Wait a minute. Have to be a bit of an S curve on it, wouldn't it? Still doable, still doable. Wouldn't need a whole lot of revolutions on the spiral, honestly. And it needs to be clockwise, I think. Yeah, it has to be clockwise. It just has to be. This is still doable. This is still doable. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking through it, you know. I need to think clockwise. So let's go down like 2. Switch to ramps. Bring it out like 2 foundations. Might need a couple of revolutions going down. But the best part is we've got room to work with in that direction. It doesn't necessarily need to flatten out immediately. It may not even need to be a full spiral. Even just sort of a bit of a loop around, you know? That. You sort of see where I'm going with this? I want to start building a world. I don't know if I'm going to make it much things, but we'll see. That makes sense. You sort of get the idea from this, sort of what I'm thinking, though. I kind of need to level this out. So let's go down 2 foundations. I'm actually going to go out a bit further than that. Then I'm just going to come this way. Bravo! Okay, that worked. Okay, yeah. So it's not technically a full spiral, but it works. I don't even think it needs to be a full spiral. Okay, let's get some signals going, because this is going to join. Come on, put me on. That's its connection to the roundabout. Okay. Let's get some signals on these things. Oh, and I think I see a break in the track. I need to fix that. Oh. That's a break in the track, alright. Okay. Let's put at least one signal in here somewhere. Probably right before the bridge, honestly. So, like, right about... Yeah, that's good. Dink! It's happy! Oh, this is not connected. Let's clear this out of the way. Sorry, foliage. Okay. There's a slug here I missed. Slug! Oh my god, they added stairs. Yes, they did. They added actual stairs. Okay. Whew. So now we can come in to this train station that I've set up. Be very silly, and we will color code it. Actually, come to think of it, this one's wrong. That one's going to load, that one's going to load, this one's going to unload. Let's get a train. Three-car train. Uranium. Thorium. Rhodianium. Okay. This one's going to be the uranium train. Timetable. Central Cave uranium load. Uranium. Thorium. Save. And then we're gonna go to nuclear ores input. And we're gonna unload uranium. But load thorium and I think it's concentrated deanium. I'll get to that later when we actually start working on the fusion ignition facility. There's a little bit of planning ahead going on here. Away we go. Excuse me, Frank. Oh great, he's on the train over the abyss and about to go in the tunnel. We have a passenger. Now here's the problem. This thing has no way to turn around. We're gonna hit end of track here very soon. It's gonna be unable to path. So as soon as it comes into the station, I have to stop it. There. It's shut off for the moment, but it's going to do a load cycle, which is fine. Just realized. That's 1,200 a minute. Well, it's a good thing we have a belt for that now. Look at it load. I'm actually gonna leave that here for a bit. Let's go for a walk. And by walk, I mean train ride. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need to fix some of this. Don't like it. Flipping into the rocks too much. I'm gonna need to fix that. Don't like it. I didn't really intend for this to be sort of thing that I would, like, see, but... Let's go up here. Cave exit. Where I'm just sort of like, okay. I intend to build something here. This is where we're going to build the fusion ignition facility. This is an area I like to refer to as Point Tiger. However, for right now, I'm just gonna go do a loop-de-loop. That way it can turn around. Because the project today is to bring the nuclear plant online, and that's what we're gonna do. Gonna add a few mods. Which mods you gonna add? I do recommend refined power. I should probably come in and clean up these power, these light poles too. I want to keep the light poles. I like the light poles. I have it clipping through the rock, and I don't like that. How far are you gonna go before you finish breaking? It's still going. Jesus. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go in. Oh, in a creative world? I mean, why not? I mean, okay, sure. In a creative world, you could just turn power off, and so refined power is not really needed, but like... I would say infinite nudge and infinite zoop would still be useful. Okay, those should all be full now. Yep. Okay. Now it should actually be able to make the full loop. Just had to put a little turnaround on the Titan Forest end. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 load cycles apparently. Alright. I'm actually going to go out this way. So I need to go back and check and make sure that the train platforms on the receiving end are in fact set to receive. Unload. Yep, I did in fact set them to unload. Good. By the way... Oh, what did you call it? 1 second. I'll type it in the chat. Refined power. It's a green energy tech. Alright. This one's gonna be a load. Oh, here it comes. You can hear the radiation. Tick, tick, tock. Is that the sound of a Geiger counter or my lifespan counting down? It's both. Big crate full of uranium. We're still gonna need to run this belt. Okay. I'm gonna check the diagram that I put on the Discord real quick. How much uranium per minute is this build using? Oh, wow. This screenshot is so low res, I actually can't read it. But it's 0.2 miners. Okay, I'm going to have to take a better screenshot next time. Oops. Regardless, the point remains, I don't think we need a huge super belt to move this uranium. I'm gonna mark that bright green though, so that I can tell from the other side where it needs to go. What mod was it to add the tool on the modular load balancers? That's Digby tool. That's this thing. So, I need to load this. Speaking of Digby tool. Oh, OBS, don't do this to me again. Did we recover? I think we recovered. Sorry, I'm now very paranoid every time I get a massive frame rate drop. That it's like OBS fucking up again. Dropped frames. It's less than 0.1%. Alright. Maybe, since these guys are already on MLB, the modular load balancers, instead of running a belt, let's just... I found it as you answered, lol. That's fair, that's fair. You're in good shape, then. You are uranium. Fun fact, uranium is not actually green. It's just, it's metal colored. That was a Simpsons thing. Alright. Here we go. As soon as I press this button, this whole thing starts running. The moment of truth. Did I do a good job or did I fuck it up? It's loaded full of uranium. Okay, this thing's now full. This is temporary. Just to get us started off. Actually, that's completely redundant. Let me check my math on this. Encased uranium cell, 10 per minute. Yeah. Once this thing gets stable, we're only going to be running at 10 per minute. I'm going to have it running at full for a little while, though, because we're going to be doing extra things with the encased uranium cells, like making nuclear nobelisks. But in terms of actually running this setup, we only need 10 a minute. Okay. As soon as this completes its cycle, that's gonna be... it begins. $300 seconds per unit. Whew. already full. There's some anxiety right now. It's like, did I fuck it up? Looking to see if there's anything I forgot. Yeah, this thing is not actually going to run at full tilt. Eventually, this thing's going to run at 50%. Like, all the time. So we only need... I mean, there's two reactors. This recipe produces 3 fuel rods a minute, and the burn rate on... Check their wiki really quick. I don't want to say it wrong. And if somebody been like, you said this wrong, and I'm like, I should have looked. I should have looked. Burn time, 300 seconds. Yeah. This makes 3 uranium fuel rods every 300 seconds. There are 2 reactors, each burning a rod every 300 seconds. Exact same time interval. It's like, if we ran this at full tilt, it would back up in no time. The general idea is to only run at about 50%, based on the math that I did. Okay. We're burning fuel. 2.5 gigawatts there. 2.5 gigawatts there. Which means we should start seeing... Yeah, there it is. Two more and this will fire off. I'm so anxious right now. I'm so anxious. There's a smart splitter on there. It's only feeding into this one unless this one fills up, in which case it fails over to that one. There it goes. So we need 20 to build a plutonium fuel rod. This thing does 10 a minute. So it'll only produce a plutonium fuel rod once every 2 minutes, I think. And the burn time on a plutonium fuel rod is 600 seconds. 10 minutes. Plutonium fuel rods burn for 10 minutes. Which means the uranium fuel rod burns for 5 minutes, and the fixonium fuel rod only burns for 1 minute. But it has, like, 0 byproduct. So, eh. There we go. We're building the first plutonium fuel rod. That'll sit there and burn for 10 minutes. It produces 10 waste per rod, so like 1 a minute. And fixonium kicks off when it has just 1 plutonium waste. 10 a minute. 1 every 6 seconds. Ooh. Here we go, here we go. You can see the 2 uranium ones are up and running. So I think at this point, let's just turn this down to 50%. And this one it's crammed full, so it can go down to 50% at this point. Got a spare rod there, spare rod there. Third reactor's come online. Burning a plutonium now. It's the same power output, it burns longer. A uranium one burns for 5 minutes, a plutonium burns for 10. Which means any second now we're going to start getting this. There's our first fixonium. Need 2 to make a fixonium rod. A lot of, like basically nothing here is going to run at 100%. Because if this ran at 100%, this whole place would be nothing but reactors. And to be fair, we could do that, but we'd need to be out on the ocean where I can just literally reach down to the water and pump as much water as I need and just fill the place with reactors. It's like, you can scale this, it's just... it's not very sustainable in the grassy fields. Water's a limited resource here. And to be fair, I might do that at some point. The swamp's good for that. There it goes. You can hear the water flowing. Two plutonium reactors are up and running, and one of the fixoniums. Ooh, this one started up. Means we're actually overflowing now. Probably because I had it overclocked there at the beginning. We're up to 90 gigawatts. This is still full. This is still full. Part of me is wondering, should I flush this? No, 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 no. It's not jamming up the output. So far, so good. So far, so good. Ooh. It's working. It's working. We got 3 plutonium reactors up. Just have 1 pending. Okay. It's running. It's running. It's running. Okay. Got a little bit of water in the outputs there. All the plutonium reactors are up and running. Yeah. This reactor shut down, but now this one's up. I wonder if I got my math on that wrong. No, it's not wrong. Just a little bit of a delay. Basically, this bad boy is going to be producing about 2 a minute, which means it's not going to be running at 100%. And each of these burns 1 minute at a time. So we could actually just go burp 2 a minute. That'll save us electricity in the long run. I think that one just stopped and now it's back up again. 2 a minute. Like clockwork. They are all up and running. Okay, nuclear power. Factory checked off. So some additional things that we're going to be... Try that again. Additional things we're going to make here. Things we're going to build here. We're going to make nuclear nobelisks. That manufacturer right there... In fact, actually... I think of it, let's just drop a MAM down. Here, I'm going to take some of that. Oh god, that's radioactive. Hot potato, hot potato. I need some AI limiters. And I need nobelisks. Like a lot of nobelisks. Like a lot of nobelisks. How many do I need? More. Lots more. Let's split the stack to 10, please, because I only need 10. I'm going to shove the rest of these back in so that they're not in my inventory. Hey, how are we doing on the novelists? I need more. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Nuke Nobelisk unlocked. This Nobelisk uses a nuclear fission reaction to generate a massive explosion. Ensure all Fixit employees are clear of the blast zone before detonation. You probably should not use this. I am not joking. No refunds available. Side effects include glowing, growing extra limbs, liquefied skin, unexpected cravings for flesh, itching scalp, hair loss, finger loss, loss in general, indigestion, and flatulence. Please consult your weapons manufacturing facility if symptoms persist beyond the half-life of uranium-238.
Thanks, Ada. Thanks, Ada. I appreciate it. Oh god, do we still have that bug? We still have that bug. I'm nowhere near the radioactive stuff. But it still thinks it's in my inventory. I'm way away from the uranium. And my Geiger counter is ticking. I don't have uranium in my inventory. I don't have any uranium cells. Okay. Time to save. Nope, it's not in my inventory. This is a known bug. You need to reload. Just from a save is fine. Also, hi Azure! How the hell are you doing? See? No Tiki Geiger counter now. Like I said, it's not in my inventory. If it was in my inventory, the Geiger counter would keep ticking. It's not. This is a known bug. This is a known bug that existed in Update 7 and Update 8, and now here we have the same bug in 1.0. I only have one thing to say about that. Good job, Coffee Stain. Good job. Okay, so what we should probably do, let's get a couple of manufacturers. In fact, I have a fucking blueprint for this. Manufacturers, where you at? Here we go. Okay. Maybe not right next to the giant pipes. Okay. Nuke Nobelisk. Now, we're gonna need to import some materials. Because the rest of these materials, except for the uranium cells, which we're making right over there, are not here. However, I've got a general plan of how we're going to take care of that. Nuclear weapons. Okay. We need to bring in nobelisks and smokeless powder. AI limiters, we're actually going to bring in from a different factory. Actually gonna put a station in here. Let's see. It's gonna be a little one-car station. Actually, it'd probably be good if I didn't foul that other one. Follow the guideline. Put in station there, reconnected. Smidge back. NRC AI limiters. Unload. NRC, AI limiters, express. This one is going to go over to Iron Valley, and it's going to load AI limiters. Then it's going to come here and drop off. Unload. Limiters, save, save, go. Actually, probably remove these now. And just put in like a single row of foundations. To make sure we have enough clearance for the train that's going down that way. That'll allow us to import AI limiters from the other factory. Which means this station is going to be the one. In fact, actually, let's do a quick switcheroo. There we go. Unload. Okay, AI limiters. And this one's gonna be the Nobelisks and the smokeless powder. Set it to unload, set to unload. Okay. Means now we need to go back to the main base. Should be back here any minute now. Here it comes. Because literally the factory for it is just right there. Spends more time going around the loop. Here he is. AI limiters. Whole car full. Yeah, they're an ingredient in the crystal oscillator recipe that's being made there. So I figured at some point it's just, I'm going to take a certain segment of the production on this line and belt it out to a train car. And then I just never had a train go and pick it up. Because the goal was to have it come here. And that will be the AI limiters ingredient for the nuclear Nobelisks. Now we need to go get the other two ingredients that we need. Nobelisks and smokeless powder. I don't know why I'm still doing this. I don't need to do this. So used to the idea of going there directly. Train station. Let's go. Train station. I'm actually really liking this layout where each individual train has its own lane. All of the train stations are perpendicular to the main factory. It's actually working out really well. I may keep doing this going forward. It's working out very nicely. Much better than the system I was using in the last save, which was not working well. Infinite Zoop, I love you. One. Oh, that's a whole bunch of frame drops. I check something real quick. Well, it's still broadcasting. It hasn't crashed. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I think kind of excited for tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? think this is what's going on is OBS is saying, hey, it's time to raid out, because I'm gonna crash. So I'm kind of thinking, maybe I should raid out before it crashes. Let me check something. Okay, wow, that does not fill me with warm fuzzies. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, It says connection's excellent, but I'm looking at the stream and I'm seeing what looks like a lot of dropped frames. You know what? I kind of want to finish this. I'm moving to my dorm because I got school on Friday. Ooh, neat. Little jealous. Little jealous. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If the frame drops get too bad, then it's like OBS definitely intends to crash. Well, I hope you have a great school. Okay. Frame rate seems to have stabilized. It's looking good. It's looking good. If it suddenly crashes, then it's gonna be like, load. So we need to grab smokeless powder and novelisks. Regular, ordinary, vanilla novelisks. Chat, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this frame drops? Yeah, I'm getting like 1 frame a second here. I want to keep going, but OBS is saying nah. Oh, recovered again. Okay, good. It's not just me. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna raid this out. Let's find somebody good to raid. If anybody's got any raid suggestions, now's the time. It's just this is absolutely just OBS. OBS is being a fuck. I think it is time for us to go and say hello to a good friend. Oh, I love you too. And let's do a little raid message here. Yeah, it absolutely is. Let's do raid message. There you go. And we're gonna go say hi to the strongest woman in the world. Everybody give her lots of love for me. And I will see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy XIV.